Is anybody in the house? Yeah, I just was going to do a little live broadcast. I made it on the MARFOOGLE TV last night. Yep, I got to show my twin clouds. I'm going to go ahead and, let me see here. See if anybody's up in the chat. John Boy in the house. Alright. Get out of that. Get over here. Dadgummit. Oh, I'm here already. Okay. Applesauce. Hey, how you doing? Looks like you're the first one to join in. How you doing today? Dadgummit. Oh, I'm here already. I'm having technical difficulties with my brain. Applesauce. Hey, how you doing? Looks like you're the first one to join in. How you doing today? Got some sort of delay here. This is crazy. All right, I got 3 people in the chat. Who's in the house? With my brain. Hey, Applesauce, you getting any of those pictures enhanced? Applesauce, hey, how you doing? Uh-oh, let me turn this volume down. Like this looks go crazy. Well, look, I'm going to go ahead and go over here to the MARFOOGLE thing and show the little interview I had, and then I'll be right back. I can't read the chats when I do this. So hang on, be patient. Oh, where's it at? Here. Oh no, I did that again. I don't want to do that again. I am lost. There we go. Here we go. Why isn't it doing anything? Oh, y'all, just hang on. What in the world? Oh, I see what it's doing. It's acting a fool. There you go, over here. Yeah. All right, here we go. Here's my little interview on Google News.
They're just like that guy. And they're all coming out of the woodworks. John Boy, you are live on MARFOOGLE TV.
What's going on, Adam? You got John Boy in the house. Second time caller, long time listener.
Well, what is going on, John Boy? What can we do for you?
Man, a couple weeks ago, I was fixing to go inside for the night, and I looked in the sky, and I saw 2 identical clouds. And I was like, what in the world am I seeing? So I got my camera out, and I videoed it, but it's only 9 seconds because I ran out of memory. But they look like umbrellas. They're weird looking.
So you actually have, did you post this then? Is this your link?
Yeah, it's on my channel, John Boy.
Okay, let me pull this up real quick. So I have your permission to play this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let me show it to everybody. Hold on.
All right.
So explain the clip we're watching. It just started now.
Well, I was fixing to go inside, and I was usually looking up at the sky, and I looked, and I saw these 2 clouds that looked identical. And I'm like, what in the world? What is the odds in this? So I sat there and got out my video camera, and started videoing, and I ran out of memory, so it's only 9 seconds long. But is that not odd?
Well, I mean, they are very similar. The top left corner is a little bit different, though. It's got like a little divot.
Yeah.
But they both have little tails.
Yeah, like little umbrella handles or, I don't know, stingrays.
Well, that is
but
weird.
What I got to noticing, well, 2 days earlier, we had a tornado warning, and I was out there filming, and I kind of captured one of those, but the tail was turned the other way.
That is kind of odd. I mean, maybe it was like a poof, like, you know, how like a smoke O-ring or something. Like, that's... Yeah. How would it create that exact little, like, cattail hanging down? That's weird.
I don't know, but I've started noticing those clouds here and there, you know, since then. I've been watching. Just crazy. I just thought that I'd get that out there, see if anybody else has seen anything like that, or...
No, I think it's interesting. So your channel's John Boy, and the video is called Twin Clouds or Cloaked Ship. What's the odds? Which even with the little differences, that is pretty weird that they're both almost exactly the same. Well,
actually, if you looked at the top part of it and you flipped one of them, they would be the same. You know what I mean? That little part that's sticking out in that first one.
Actually, you're right. If you flip it over, if it was like a state, if you flip the top part, there is the divot on the bottom of that one. That's weird.
Right. Yeah, I thought it was too. And that's looking to the west, and I always see weird stuff in that direction.
That is actually that's weird.
Yeah. But, well, you know, that's about all I got.
Well, thank you, John Boy, for calling in. If you guys want to subscribe to John Boy, he's exactly at 300. So hopefully the Foogle fam can go over there and get that up to 301 or 500.
I'd appreciate it.
All right.
And I love your show, man. Keep up the good work.
Well, thank you, John Boy. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. That was the interview I had. I'm trying to get back over here to the chat. Here we go. I'm gonna turn this volume down. Just winded in the house, D in the house, last stand in the house. Tales of the Blue-Eyed Indian in the house. Let's see. How's everybody doing? I believe I called everybody in there. Yeah, I just wanted to do a little old thing. Hey, Shannon, you finally made it. I was just going to do a little live stream, kind of show y'all what I did last night. I haven't been getting much sleep. Been staying tired, but I've been enjoying it, I guess. Well, what y'all been up to? Oh, that was the second time I've been on MARFOOGLE. The first time I was talking about, his subject was they're watching you with your cell phones and stuff, and I went in there and gave a little example of what I've been through with mine. Making cheeseburgers. Daggum, you know, Kentucky ain't that far away. I could be up there in about probably 2.5, 3 hours. Keep one warm for me. All day. I'm not really getting out there. I'm just trying to show what I'm seeing. I mean, that is weird. But yeah, I about froze to death last night trying to live stream. I gotta get outside and it got cold. Yeah, I know it. Old Nathan been hiding, man. He's in the deeper woods than I am. Roots! How you doing, Roots? Yeah, I saw your video. It looked like 2 suns up there, so I've got something like that. If y'all get patient with me, I'll go look for them, but when I do that, I can't see the chat, and I like chatting with everybody. I do appreciate everybody showing up. Looks like everybody's doing fine. Looking through the chat there. It looks like we got everybody that we usually have over there at Tails. Tails, you're gonna have to do a live stream, man. I miss them. We got talking about whiskey and stuff last night. That gum, it made me almost want. I did go buy a 6-pack of Yingling beer. I did twist the top off of one of them, but I just took a couple sips. Oh man, yeah, Tails, you need to go ahead and, I don't know, you're in hiding or what? No, I'm kidding. Oh man, rub it in, Shanna. Rub it in. She's loving those burgers and fries. Okay, Tails, I'll be waiting. I hope I get notified. I've looked. I'm still subscribed. Just hadn't been on any activity on your side. Oh, Captain Ron been trying to get a hold of you too. I don't know if you've hooked up with him yet or not. Oh, Roots, nothing much. I was just showing that little snippet of where I was on the MARFOOGLE TV last night. Moo Moo's attacking you. What's the clan? You ain't had puppies, have you? Keystone Beer. You gotta stay quiet. I told you to zip it up, huh? Man. Yeah, you bring a lot to your live stream when you're doing that. I've always enjoyed it. I've tried to go to bed because it was kind of late sometimes, but I just couldn't turn it off, so I had to stay up till you finished. And it's kind of the opposite here. Most people get out of here before I'm done. No, I'm kidding, y'all. I'm kidding. Oh, man. Kept her out of your sight. Excuse me. Yep. Well, it's the 1 hour and 8 minute timestamp. That's where I was on MARFOOGLE. Yeah. Oh, you know, people slam old MARFOOGLE, and I don't understand why, because he just reads the news and has callers call in. I mean, it's a simple concept of a show. And for people to get upset about it, I just don't get it. But I think it does a great job. And there's some people that call in, you know, you got to just discern from yourself what you want to believe and what you don't want to believe. If y'all can believe I'm a hillbilly, then y'all, I mean, which I am. That's not hard to believe. Just look at my shows. Look at my videos. Listen to me. Hey, Roots, I told you I was going to show you my 2 sun things. I caught these back in like, I think it was 2017. Now, y'all, I'm fixing to bump out of my chat. I'm not going to be able to see anything when I do this. Yeah, I missed you too, Tails. I got worried about you. Well, look, I'm fixing to jump out of this chat for a second and go over here and show Roots these pictures of the 2 suns I've got. So y'all just hang on. I mean, y'all can keep talking. I mean, I'll keep talking. I just can't see anything. All right, I need to exit out of here. Which, the way I'm doing this, I'm basically screen sharing. I hope it's still there because I sure found it earlier. I was going to make sure. Let's see, April, May. Yeah. Oh, here you go, Roots. I'm going to turn this. Well, I'm going to do it in sequence too. This is how it first started. But there's definitely 2 light sources. It's like a bluish and a kind of reddish yellowish. But then the next shot, you can see that blue thing popping out. Then the next shot, you can see both of them right there. See that? man. But anyhow, oh shoot, where was that? Right there. Then the next shot. So I'm, you know, what I could see definitely 2 light sources up there between the cloud breaks. So what was that? I mean, there it is. The little blue dot is the whatever, and the other one is the supposedly sun. So anyhow, I just wanted to show you that, Roots. I'm fixing to get back over here to the chat so I can see what everybody's saying. Gonna have to catch up again. Boom. Here I am. John Boy's back in the house, back in the chat room. Which y'all, well, I'm not really because it's buffering. Okay, here we go. Oh, only got 4 left. I lost a lot of folks. Yeah, I did too, MARFOOGLE. When he first started doing it, I started watching him. Actually, I found... Alright, Jeff P did a video on Sun last night. You know, I've seen that. I just haven't went and watched the video yet. I've been meaning to, where I can watch it. They were keeping like some cloud cover south of me, and these jets kept going. They're on the north side of the cloud bank, and they're just all day long just going back and forth like they're building it up. And I thought, yeah, they're heading north with that, but they didn't. Kid X in the house. How you doing, Kid X? Man, I ain't lying, man. It's starting to get cold right now. I about froze last night. I couldn't keep my hand warm for nothing. It felt like I had it in a bucket of ice water. Yeah, Kool-Aid. He did one of mine on it was 2 suns setting. And he did, I don't know, he spent about 20 minutes describing it and stuff, and you know how he does. And he sent the stuff to Jeff P. And I don't know whatever happened to that. But that was from like 2014. It was kind of showing how it looked like a simulator, the way the light beams were coming out. It's just crazy stuff nowadays. Oh, UFO hadn't made it in yet, I see. No Squash. You know, Squash put out a good point. He did a little 3-minute video on that, the New Z's shootings over there. And he's like, how does that happen when a country does not allow guns? You know, and how did the guy legally have guns if you're in a country that allows no guns? It made perfect sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I've seen about all of you. All right, yeah, that'll work right there. Oh, yeah, I haven't watched that one yet either. In the summertime, at least. But, oh, man, y'all, it's been another long day. I didn't go to bed till like 1 o'clock last night. But I did sleep in. I got up at 6. That's crazy. I can't sleep late. I've never been able to. I've always been up before the sun come up all my life. I don't know what the reasoning is behind that. I've always managed to see every sunrise of my life until recently, till they started spraying everything. Man, Ouija's getting cold, girl. You getting cold, Ouija? That's what I'll do. I'll try to see if I can. Obtuse one. How you doing? Man, I'm just trying to do a little live stream. Let me, hang on, I'm gonna have to pull the tape off this. I'm gonna do a little video on a Ouija. Man, let me tell you, sometimes when I go, look, one video and it said, we'll upload in 2 minutes. Then it said 3 minutes. Then it said 5 minutes. Then it said 10 minutes. I was like, what's going on here? Ooh, applesauce. Yeah, we talked about, I don't know. We talked about too much moonshine and whiskey last night. It got me a little thirsty. But I overcome it. Kinda. I bought me some beer I could cook with. You know, where's Ouija at? Ouija! Ouija! Where you at, Ouija? See, I don't have enough memory. What you doing, Ouija? She's crazy, man. That dog there. She got after a rabbit one night, and I got her back inside. And, you know, we slept through the night or whatever. Got up the next morning. I let her outside. Oh, and she continued where she left off. She went right back to where I got her from. Ouija girl. And y'all want to see something crazy? They might not. I had an old okra plant I left in a pot, you know, over the winter or whatever. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to get that okra pod off of it and put it in the ground. There you go. I don't know if y'all can see that. But this thing here was nothing but one big fire ant nest. It's got kind of cold out here. They might not come out. Yeah, look at that. They're kind of cold, so they ain't really. Wait a minute, do I have any light? Oh, what am I doing? With them fire ants, when I went to touch that soil in that bucket, and man, next thing I know, I got a fire ants problem right there. Yeah, let me get out of this. This thing's gonna take forever. Get back over here. See what everybody's chatting about. Take back over the camera. Oh, I can't keep my cigarette lights on. All right. Let's see. Is Last Stand in the house? Hey, Last Stand. Yeah, I mean, how do you get clouds that look like that? I mean, and except for the top part, but like I told MARFOOGLE. Oh man, I forgot I got tape on camera. They continuously the same spot. I mean, one just went by a few minutes ago. And now this one's going by. There'll be another one behind it here in a minute. Let me get out here. I'll get back over here. But yeah, that was weird though. But you could take the top of the first one, and I mean, it was if you mirrored it, it'd been exactly like the one behind it. But the crooked tails coming out of them were exactly the same. Alabama Heartbreaker in the house. How you doing, Heartbreaker? Yeah, Joe, I hope you like it. I don't know, do I have you? Let me check. I don't know why my phone's taking so long to do anything. Look, I'm going to subscribe to you right now, Joe. Did you see me on MARFOOGLE or something, or you just run across me? I know it's cold out here, man. You know, it wasn't bad if you're in the sun, but when you got in the shade, it was like dropped 20 to 30 degrees. Man, I haven't checked out your dehydration video yet. I was just telling everybody earlier, I got an old car I sit out in the sun. It dehydrates some stuff awful fast. Yeah, this old country boy dehydrator. Well, here comes another jet. Right, I'm not going to go to camera, but I can't even see this one. I can hear it. Yeah, Squash, I'm going to watch the New Z shooting thing. And, you know, that makes perfect sense what you're saying. Well, how are you missing the live streams, Heartbreaker? Yeah, I can appreciate it. Man, look, I got 9 people showing up in the chat, it looks like. Man, that's crazy to me. Bad, man. It blew. Well, I did go up in the woods. I got a hold of some plastic bags and styrofoam stuff, and that stuff went everywhere. Man, you gotta watch that language, Heartbreaker. No, I'm joking. You ain't up on your roof. No, you're at a. Oh man, you ain't up on top of the announcement stand watching the game, are you? Because you like climbing up on those roofs. Yeah, that's crazy. That was part of a script. That's just like that mob boss that just got killed. I think they're doing that to sit there and, you know, have some chaos going on and blame it on all the mobsters. You know what I mean? Oh, I got you. Yeah. He had a job, just nobody knows who his employer was. You know what I mean? Kind of top secret. I can't remember. And it's hard to catch all the videos. Yeah, I'm subscribed to you. Looky there, looky there. Swinging from the trees. How many little kids do you think nowadays have climbed a tree? Do you think there's any kids climbing trees other than the ones that are out in the country that don't have electronics? I mean, when I was growing up, we played outdoors all day long. We'd wander off so far we couldn't hear her mother calling off the net, but we'd make it back. Yeah, there ain't many at all. These kids nowadays, I don't know, man. I'm sorry, but they're missing out on growing up because they're getting thrusted into so much adult stuff. It's pitiful. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. Oh, man. We loved it when my dad rototilled up for a garden spot. Man, we'd get in some dirt clod fights. Or the big tractors farming, we'd say disking up the, fields. We'd get out there. Man, it was fun. One a mud hole you could miss, you know what I mean? If you saw a mud hole, you're definitely getting muddy. I even did that in high school. Dadgum, you had electricity in your treehouse squash. Yeah, they don't even know what a bicycle is. Well, on a sim simulator, they probably do. That's so crazy. I got the sim life and all that stuff where they sit there and... Rose in the house. I didn't know you were in here, Rose. How you doing? Oh, man, it's getting cold. It's getting cold. It's probably... I've been watching the sun go down as much as I can through the trees. I just got so many trees around here. But the reason I did that is because in the summertime, it helps filter out the air that I'm breathing. But here lately, the trees haven't been that healthy. Yeah. Whew, man, what a day. I didn't do much. I walked around on my property a little bit. That's right, Heartbreaker. Virtual reality. What? Carico. What? What is that? Yeah. Oh, man. Y'all, I think, dadgum, I ain't never seen a plane going that direction. Trail behind it. All right, D. What's up? Yeah, old days they had rope that went across the bed frame, and that's what your mattress sat on, and you didn't want your rope saggy, so you had to make sure they were tight. Yeah, I learned that somewhere. Damn, natural born rebel. It ain't buffering here. I don't think. I'm outside and I got, well, y'all can see my signal strength and stuff. Dadgum, I got some leak project. Daboo. Oh, this dadgum troll slayer dude, man. He's trying to troll me and I'm trolling him back. He ain't liking it. I guess, I don't want, well, if I went to there, I'd still be live though, wouldn't I? Yeah, let's go see what he said. Dadgum. Where did I like my own comment? Oh, let me text and tell him that I love. Oh, y'all are watching me do this though. Man, my fingers are dadgum freezing again. I'm just using my thumb, y'all. Y'all excuse me. I've just got to take care of this troll. Now, testing. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. Oh, I'm back. Yeah, hey, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I guess you can hear. All right, 7. I guess, can anybody hear me? Okay, Rose says she can hear me. Okay. Troll Slayer, I apologize. If you're a good guy, I apologize. All right. Just old 7 Spalding, man. He gets kind of sensitive, and I don't know. When I first saw your comment, it says delete post, and I'm like, what? And so I just apologize. But I didn't use any vulgar words. All right, goodbye, 7. I love you too. Y'all, you be good. All right, Troll Slayer. Road Trip Eddie in the house. How's it going? Man, I'm going to have to get out the old potbelly stove and set this, put my charcoal in. I'm about to freeze, y'all. No, I ain't going to do that. I'll get the barbecue grill going. No, I'll just suffer. Okay, applesauce. I didn't know. Like I said, usually when somebody makes a weird-ass comment, I'll go check out their channel. And there's no content. There's no videos. There's no nothing. And he's only got like 3 subscribers. Oh, yeah, I'm doing fine, Road Trip. I'm just freezing right now, man. I got cold last night. That young sun went down and it got cold. Yeah. Man, that was great. Old Adam showed up. I couldn't believe I saw it, and I was like, man, let me check. I went and checked the channel, and it was really him, man. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But I don't know why my stream stopped on me like that. I kept looking, and it was showing I had the stream. Just look, I can go up here. You see that right there? You see those little... I got signal right there. So I don't know what happened. All right, Rose. You have a good night. Well, that's what I'm saying, applesauce. When somebody doesn't have any content at all, it makes me wonder, you know. Dadgum. It's 68 outside. Shoot, it's about... Hang on. Y'all see what the temperature is. I hope I didn't just mess myself up. Let me refresh that. Oh, it can't be 50 degrees. There's no way. All right, am I still here? Well, you too, Rose. Smoking on my daggum black and mild, which I don't really inhale them. What's the projector? The sun? Oh, I know what happened. I walked in my shot. Oh, okay. So the sun warmed up your house and it's still got radiant heat in it. I got you. I just can't believe how cold it's getting. And I don't think that thing is right. It's less than 50 out here. Ouija? She wants to get that little rabbit so bad. She gets to whine and she'll start chasing it, hides, and she don't know where it went. And she starts just whining like, Ouija, come here. Leave a little bent ear alone. That rabbit's got a bent ear. I remember when he was about the size of my hand, and he'd let me get about 10 foot from him. And I'd just sit there and talk to him. And now he's a grown rabbit. But he still comes around and lets me talk to him. Oh, that's probably what it is. You got the dehydrator going and the heat lamps. Yeah. Now I'm in the yard, man. John Boy in the yard right now, because I can't get any reception in the house. Well, man, I'm still tripping out. I can't believe MARFOOGLE visited my page or visited my channel. That is crazy. It's probably because of how I had the live stream titled. I wonder how bad that's going to mess up the video when it makes it. Hey, Shannon, you were talking about going live. I had to get like an encoder app, which I wound up getting like a screensaver. I mean, a screen sharing app that had an encoder thing built in it. But if you're on your page, you can hit that camera. And that's what I was about to do till I figured out that I had to go back in. Let me see. Well, I can't go back there because it doesn't show anything. Man, my hands are cold, y'all. Man, I forgot I smoked on a cigar and held it like a cigarette. Let me put this thing out. Oh, it about killed me. Whew. Anybody know CPR? Oh, man. Now I done dropped it off down here on my shop floor. Whew. Stand on one leg. I need to put the cigarettes down is what I need to do. Ugh. Well, who all's still in here? I apologize for this country boy stream here. Sometimes I wind up my finger over the daggum mic. What's that? You think so, Road Trip? I don't know. I know the first time I called MARFOOGLE TV, I got him to laughing so bad, but it was true, everything I was telling him. But he got to laughing. I forgot, that's been, well, let me think here. That was back in January, I think. Now I think about it. Well, how fast could you make it from Ohio down here to southern West Tennessee? You think I'd survive that long? That's what I worry about. I live out in the middle of nowhere, and I don't know how the ambulance service works around here. Ooh, I hear the coyotes going again. It's about that time. You know, Squash, I thought about doing that today. I actually had a piece of tin foil, and I was like, you know, I'll wrap that around my head. And I didn't, but well, thank you. Are you talking to me at Road Trip? All right, Road Trip said it's beyond coincidence. You are awesome. Who is awesome? Man, you didn't save me a cheeseburger, Shannon? You know, I've listened to my live streams later, and it sounds like I'm saying Shannon, but I'm not. I'm saying Shanna. It must be my accent. Oh, to drive to work, it's only like 12 miles away, so I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. But back in the old days, it wouldn't take me about 7 minutes. But I've chilled out. I don't do a lot of speeding. Even though I did have the old Jeep up to 102 the other day, but I just wanted to get home. It's one of them long days. Man, I hear them coyotes howling. I'm going to have to get some firecrackers out. I can't keep this daggone cigarette lit. I'm still choking. Usually just puff on it because I like to smell. I appreciate it, but I'm just being me. I was supposed to be a leader. Well, I've heard you talk. Don't fine to me. Yeah. But yeah, Road, I'm not a cheat still or nothing like that. I just tell the truth. People don't like the truth because you never have to remember that. It's always there. But a lie, forget a lie. I'd ask her a question, she'd give me an answer. Then I'd ask her the same question, but a different way, and I'd get a different answer, which I should have got the same answer for. So that's how I'd catch her in lies, because, you know, and I was raised up not to lie and nothing like that. But I'm a teenager back then, and I figured out how to get my dad's Corvette keys, and I planned it out, man. I waited for everybody to go to work. I already acted like I went to high school. When everybody's gone, I come back and I got in that vet and I picked up 2 cheerleaders and headed to high school. And I got it back home before anybody knew, and I swapped the keys back around. And anyhow, it was a 69 Stingray and it had a 427 big block in it. And it had side pipes big around my legs on it, and it would pop wheelies. And I found out that when the word gets out in the whole county, well, then my dad questioned me. And I told him the truth. He's like, how'd you get the... I said, I acted like I had to on my car. Keys to move her car out of the carport. And that I took the Corvette because she didn't touch the... And I said, when I got back, I made up another excuse how I needed to move her car to work on my car. And I swapped the keys back. And my dad looked at me and said, I'll never believe another word from you the rest of my life. And I was like, man, I told him the truth. So I figured from that point on, if you can tell somebody the truth and they don't believe you, there is no sense in lying. But I learned a lesson too. I'm trying to go back and catch up on some. Don't worry about it, Squash. I like your videos. You're right. It doesn't matter what, excuse me, what people say or think. That's the reason I don't do drama, man. I don't want to get in the middle of nothing because I'm like, man, you know, life's hard enough as it is. Why get in the middle of anything crazy? Oh yeah, road trip. That thing, it was built. My dad went and bought it in Atlanta, Georgia. It was built by some NASCAR engine builder. And when that thing was idling, it would shake like a funny car. It was like, and man, when you stepped on the gas, it would raise up in the back, and then it would sit there and come back to where all you could see was the hood and the sky. You couldn't see anything in front of you. Oh man, I hit second gear in the parking lot of the high school, and that thing went sideways on me, and I was looking at the gymnasium wall, and I corrected, and that thing spun the other way, and I'm looking at a field, and I went to correct, and I'm looking at the gymnasium wall. I'm like, oh no. And I went to correct, and it finally did like a 180 and come to a stop. I looked at my buddy beside me. I said, you all right? He said, yeah. Whew, I stumped on that gas again. Oh man, that thing, it was awesome. That was a lot of power. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't unhook it. Another thing that got me was somehow I got behind. This is the kicker. I got behind the bus that took, usually, you know, that would take us home in the neighborhood, right? And just so happened the substitute bus driver was the guy that delivered firewood for my dad. Well, I passed that bus. It was a 2-lane highway. And I passed the bus. Well, he knows the bet. So when he come to bring some wood, he got out of the truck and he's like, that's a bad car you got there, Johnny. And my dad's like, what are you talking about? He goes, the way you come around that bus that day. And then my dad looked at me and I walked off. And I dreaded it and dreaded it. And I was so scared I didn't help unload all that wood. I just knew, I was just trying to bide some time to keep living, you know what I mean? And then that's when it came down. And then nothing really happened other than he said he'd never ever trust me again the rest of my life, or his life. And I thought, you know, that's pretty bad there. So from that point on, I'd make a point to stay honest and truthful. The vet was a 1969 Stingray. It had T-tops, and it had mirrored T-tops, and the back glass popped out. You know, it had the flat glass behind it. It wasn't yeah, that thing was tough, man. It'd pull the front tires off the ground about 12 inches. It was crazy fast. It was fun. And that daggone one of those cheerleaders, I said, now be careful. These pipes are hot. So when you get out, watch the pipes. And dadgum, she didn't get out and burn the back of her leg. And I bet it's still scarred to this day. That happened back in like 1986. Ooh. I hope my dad's not watching this. I didn't think about that. Well, he knows, but he don't know all the details. He didn't know about the gymnasium part. Huh. I probably done got myself in trouble again. Oh, yeah, that was another thing, Shanna. When I was at lunchtime at school, this guy had a dadgum, a Shelby, what was a Boss Shelby or whatever. It had the louvered back side glasses on it. And he was the fastest car in the county. And he come up to the high school and was wanting to race me title for title. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. But yeah, that was crazy too. Oh, and another thing. This friend of mine, I had the hood up, right? And a buddy of mine, I wasn't paying attention, but he was looking in the hood, and I had the passenger door open. Well, I didn't see him holding on to the finger, the fender, where the door would shut to it and leave that little gap. And man, I went and I slammed that door shut. His finger was stuck in that crack, and he was yelling, open the door, open the door. And I had it locked. I'm like, oh man, I grabbed the keys out, dropped the keys on the ground. I finally got the door open, and that joker took off running, and I never seen him after that. I don't know. It's crazy. And then some dude went to shut the hood, and there's one of them kind of slide bar hood latch things where you had to lift it up first where it unlatched, and then it slid down. And this joker just grabbed it and pulled and bent that thing. I'm like, oh my God. That's where I learned I restored that latching mechanism. Yeah. Did your head. I don't think I really got up to 140. I bet that was a nice looking convertible. Yeah. Didn't you say that Mustang, that Mach 1 was 2 years old, right? When you got it. My first car was an 77 Malibu. I totaled that thing out in an 8-foot deep, 8-foot wide ditch. Whew. You ain't joking, Squire. There's a lot of things. If we had now, we'd been rich. Like that old 79 Trans Am of mine. That thing, I know, would bring over $15,000 now. Or it was only one of, how many was it? I think it was one of 79 made like that in the year 1979. It had, you know how the Eagle was on the hood? Or the Firebird was on the hood? And it was red outlined. And they didn't do but 79 of them. They made like, I think it was 89 of them or something like that, but only 79 of them were like mine. Daggum Ford Fiesta totaled that sucker out. Man, that's crazy. That's like those 68 Camaros and stuff back in the the late 80s. I used to get those things and gut them out and turn them into dirt cars because they wasn't worth nothing. I kept the VIN tags because one of them was a SS 4-speed car and the other one was just a Rally Sport. But yeah, back then, man, those things wasn't worth nothing. Now, if you had a 68 Camaro, they'd be bringing some bucks. '49 Merc. That sounds like the stuff my dad grew up on. If we had to ride the bus, man, daggum. School was 20-something miles away. Man, if I told the stories about high school, whew. The only look, I was fixing to not be able to graduate because I was like a half a credit shy. And this is coming from one of the teachers that liked me. He said, Johnny, we had a teachers meeting on you, and everybody agreed they didn't want you coming back for another year. Yeah. That was crazy. It's, you know what the only difference between the 67 and the 68 was? Man, the 67 had smoker windows in the doors, and the 68s didn't. And then the 69, they changed up the body style. They're an F body car. But you know what I found out about those old 68 Camaros and stuff? 68, 67, 68, 69. You can take like a Nova subframe and it'll bolt right in. Like a, you know, any of the Novas. Because I used the 76 model subframe and bolted into the 69 Camaro. I made a dirt car out of a 69 Camaro too. Ouija! Come on, Ouija. I'm going to have to put her in the house. Yeah, a friend of mine in high school had a 66 Chevelle. It had a 396 in it. My first car, I put a 327 in it. I built my first V8 when I was 13 years old. Ouija! I had 500 miles on my car before I was able, I did it in the backyard before I was able to drive. Ouija! That daggum dog. Ouija! Oh, this dog's got a mind of her own, y'all. Ouija! Ouija! Dadgummit. Ouija! Oh yeah, I've been outside the whole time. I've been live streaming. I cannot feel my fingers. Come here, Ouija, 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 Ouija. Come on. Come on, go inside. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get in there, girl. There you go. She's a good dog, but she's hard-headed. I mean, she's the smartest little dog I've ever seen. But man, if she wants to do, I mean, she will listen eventually. That gum squash. when I was fixed to get a driver's license, me and my dad went looking around for cars, and we found an old 55 Pontiac sitting in a field. I mean, it needed some work, but everything was there, and it had like a, I think it was a push-button automatic on it. But that guy wanted $1,000 for that car, and this is back in like 84 or 5. '69 boat. Oh man, I've been back. I don't know how long I was unlive, but I think I was unlive for about 5 minutes. So however long ago that's been. Roots. That gum, Shannon, I just heard you burp a cheeseburger. No, I'm kidding. I heated up some leftover pizza I had earlier before I went live streaming. Man, I've been on here about an hour and a half. Oh, squat, it's a little min pen.